Welcome back to the channel. Am I with a narcissist? This is the best way to tell. So, guys, I'm going to get to the very best way you can tell shortly because there is one thing that I can tell you that is the biggest red flag in a person, is the most destructive thing in a person, is the simplest way, and it's so effortlessly simple, trust me. To tell if this is the wrong person for you, if it's perhaps a narcissist, if it's just a person you don't want to deal with. It's really easy. I'm going to get to that. But first, I'm going to talk about some really um, noticeable, obvious ways to tell if you're with a narcissist. Because anyone who's been through this, if you have not been through this, please hear me. And if you have been through it, you'll understand me already. There is a profound difference between a true narcissist and a bad person. All narcissists are bad people. Not all bad people are narcissists. And I know it sounds strange. Let me parse this out a little bit. There are plenty of people in this world who are a bit selfish, who are more concerned with their own affairs than others, who can be jabbing, who can criticize, who can be mean, who are just kind of maybe lazy. They're not what you would say a good boyfriend or girlfriend. They're not who you want to take home to your family. They're not who you want to be around your kids long term. They're not who you would want to be with long term. They're cagey, difficult, hard to be around at times. There are a lot of people in the world like that. But let me tell you something. That that in itself does not make a narcissist. The things primarily that you have to understand is a narcissist lives by a playbook. They have a very specific set of things that they do that are amazingly unique to all narcissists. Meaning, I don't care what state you live in, what country you live in, what era, if you're dealing with a guy, a girl, what they look like, what their past is, it doesn't, none of that makes any difference at all. They will still all operate exactly the same way. This is why people talk about this, and it's totally true. It is like they all went to this school for narcissists, and they had this one book that they studied and did work out of, and they all learned the same exact things in order to graduate. And then when they did, they all got set out into the world, and they only knew the same things. They all were on exactly the same page. And I'll go a step further and say this playbook is the devil's playbook. It is a narcissist exhibits exact characteristics to a T that the devil does. Do a study on the character of the devil. I've done this. I've got an article about it. I've got an old video about it. So I talk about the characteristics of Satan and the narcissist because they're identical. And one of the major things they do is they all do what's called love bombing. However you want to put it, I don't even like that term but what's really happening is they are getting a feel for who you are, what you want to see in a person, and they're reflecting that to you. So they're tailor making this mask that they wear because they're a complete fake, a total phony. So they're tailor making who they're going to be in this instance for their victim, for whoever it is they're dealing with. And they're going to mirror back what you want to see. Are you all into sports? Well, so are they. Are you all into your children? Well, so are they. Are you a very religious person? Well, so are they. And they don't just do that, but they will then go way overboard. They will smother you, just smother you with attention, praise, validation. They will act like you're the love of their life. You guys have finally met. It's taken all this time, and the two people, the soulmates, have finally hooked up, and oh, this is magical. This is the most magical experience of our lives. We're gonna be together forever. Can you believe? I didn't know love like this existed. This is the kind of stuff. And it works because if you don't know what it is, it works because you want that, you want to find that, but you also are hearing all the things that you want to hear. They are becoming a mirror image of you in everything you want to see, and they lay it on thick. And once they have you wrapped up, once you have actually been taken in by this, that's when things start to change every time. Part of the playbook, again, what sets them apart. In about 2 to 3 months after that situation begins, it's like clockwork, I'm telling you. 2 to 3 months for all of them, not coincidental. They know they have you. 2 to 3 months in, it's like something goes off in their mind. They go, oh, time to execute part two. And that's when they start to criticize you. They usually will create a problem from nowhere. Something that to most of us would be absolutely negligible, absolutely nothing. But to them, at that time, it's the end of the world. You wronged them in the most profound way possible, and you're like, I didn't really, I didn't do anything. What did I even do? It could be as simple as you're out to dinner, and that time is up for the love bomb, and they believe they have you. So you're in a committed relationship. Maybe you said I love you. Maybe you went really fast, which you should never do under any circumstances, and got engaged in just a couple of months, or married, or you got pregnant, or none of those things you should do ever with anybody, even if they are amazing, because you don't know yet. You don't know how great anybody is till you've seen them over the course of time. Period. But once they know they have you, that's when that switch goes off, and that's when the devaluation begins. It could be as simple as you're at dinner and you're talking to the waitress, just giving them your order, nothing to it. And you were looking at that waitress a little long. You were being flirtatious with that waitress. Simple as that. Or it could be you guys decided you're going to do something at a particular time, and you show up at that time, and they are sitting there acting like they've been waiting on you. Well, we were supposed to meet at 2. It's 3. And you're like, no, we said 2. I've got the text. No, it was 3. No, sorry, it was 2. And they gaslight you. I'm telling you, they will form and create a problem that never existed. And that's when the deval starts. That's when you're going to see a different side of the person. They run cold, they go distant, they make you chase them because you're already invested, and they know that. That's the key. They have a very good sense of when someone is really invested because, guys, they do this for a living. This is their life. They've done this over and over and over. They know when someone is really invested, when they have them, and then they can start to deval because they know the person's not going to leave at that point. They know probably the person doesn't know who I am. They don't know narcissism, if they even realize they're a narcissist or admit it. Whatever the case is, they think this person's naive. They don't understand the game. I've got them. Let's play. There we go. And that's when they start cutting, criticizing, going silent, triangulating you, bringing up exes, flirting with other people in front of your face, just devaluing you in every way. Everything they can do to make you feel this small, and every single last bit of this is for the sole purpose of obtaining power and control over you, which they do gradually, like a python squeezes its prey. Little by little by little, they gain this power over you. And the longer you stick around, the less power you have in the relationship. And then when that has gone long enough, far enough, for some people it's months, for some people it's years, some people it's decades, usually that relationship blows up. 99% of the time, if you stay married to a narcissist your whole life, it just means you accepted infinite abuse and they cheated on you and lived their own life the entire time. So you weren't really together. Not really. And probably I would argue nobody's really ever together with a narcissist. There's never a good connection. But the best you get is that 2 or 3 months. And from that point on, it's just the roller coaster ride from hell. And once you've had enough, or they've had enough, or they've moved, their interest elsewhere, or whatever the case is, and the relationship blows up, there's your discard. They got rid of you. They always have somebody else lined up. backups for backups for backups, always. And then they move on to that person. And then what happens is you're left brokenhearted. Even if you had to discard them, you're still brokenhearted because they caused it to happen. And you probably deeply loved them. And then they deal with other people and they check back on you. And they deal with other people, then they check back on you. And they hoover and they hoover. Most of them do, not all of them. Depends on their situation, depends on how you were to them, really. And then at some point, that ultimately fizzles out too. But you'll stay on the hook as long as you allow yourself to. They'll come back and call on you as often as you will let them do it. And if you haven't heard from the narcissist yet, there's a chance you may not. There's a chance you may not. And I'm not going to go into why that could happen. But know that you probably will. Even if you haven't yet, you probably will at some point. Even if it's 5 years from now. So that is the cycle, guys. It's not just a bad person. How do you know? Am I with a narcissist? Well, did you get love bombed? Did you get devalued after they knew they had you? Did that relationship ultimately implode, or is it imploding? Are you hanging on for dear life? And if it's over, have they tried to come back? Again, they don't always do that. Usually they do. They do always love bomb, devalue, discard, or reverse discard. And also, I can guarantee you this one. You will walk on eggshells. You will be an anxious and anxiety-riddled mess when you're with them. So, that is one of the biggest ways you can tell, am I with a narcissist? Let me tell you right now, though, the biggest one. Here's your cheat code. Here is your cheat sheet. There is absolutely nothing more that would even need to be known than this. You will know with crystal clarity that you're dealing with a narcissist, or whatever you want to call this toxic, wicked person, whatever label you want to put on them, because they're all just human labels, psychological terms that describe very wicked, wide path, destructive individuals. You'll know you're dealing with one of those because they will take your peace away from you. No more complicated than that. You want to know, if you want to know the instant when, how, what, why, you should get out of a situation, friendship, romance, whatever, is if a person comes into your life and all of a sudden your peace starts to diminish or completely evaporates. That is your sign. Because I'm telling you right now, anybody who's of the devil, anyone who's wicked, a narcissist, or anybody else you're dealing with that's similar in traits, they are going to take away your peace. And they're not just going to do that. They're going to replace it with chaos and turmoil and anxiety. And this happens really quickly. I would argue that even in the love bomb stage, you walk on eggshells a bit. They do things to just put you off, to set you off, to just jar you a little bit. Little tiny things they'll throw out there that are like, what did she mean by that? What does that mean? And you're sitting there the rest of the night or for days on end thinking, I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Why did she tell me about that person from her past? And like, what was that supposed to do? They make you wonder. They make you question. Let me give you a really interesting example that one of my good viewers just said the other day. Amanda, shout out to you. Thanks for your comments and everything that you've done here in the channel. She was posing the question, the last time I saw the narcissist, I guess she was on a train. She was leaving on a train from where he lives, and or vice versa. But she was on a train. She was leaving. She was never going to see him again. And he started to walk away, and then he returned as it was departing and just watched, I guess. But he returned inexplicably. And for all this time since then, she has wondered, why did he do that? Why did he do that? And I don't know to a certainty, but my hypothesis I gave to her was he did that exactly for this reason. So you would think about, why did he do this for the next 6 months, 8 months, year, or longer? They will do things just to stick in your head. They want your mind spinning all the time. Normal, healthy people, of which there's not very many anymore, normal, healthy people don't do those things. You don't feel like you have a stone in your shoe all the time. Like, what is this? Like, it's bothersome. Why did why do I have this uneasy feeling? There were times with the narcissist, and this, I'm telling you, this was even during the love bomb, even really, really early on, and all the way through till the very end. There were moments I just felt so unspeakably uneasy. It just didn't feel right. You never feel like you have this peaceful connection with them. Always feel like there's this inner turmoil, this warring of spirits at times. There were moments I would walk into her house and it would just feel off immediately. It felt like there was an oppressive thickness, and I'd see her, and there was just this warring between us. And I'm like, I don't know. Woo, what is this? This is weird. And you sweep it under the rug because of 1,000 different things, because you don't know narcissism chiefly, but you do know something's really wrong. They'll take your peace. They become the focal point of your life. Slowly, you lose everything. And I'm telling you, you will lose whatever peace that you have. And it doesn't take that long. It can happen very, very quickly. And guys, there's just no simpler litmus test. Is this person the right one for me? Should I be talking to them, dating them? Should they be a part of my life? Should I pursue things and go to the next level? Is this person a narcissist? Are they toxic? Are they of the God, or are they of the devil? It doesn't get any more simple than this. Does that person subtract from your peace? Telling you. And that's why I would advise, I'm to this point too, because I've just dealt with people enough. If I start to feel the slightest disturbance of my peace, if I have to seriously sit and contemplate, why did a person do this? It feels weird. Why did she do this? Or if I feel a little restlessness in my soul, my spirit when I'm with the person. Or they just seem to say things that sit wrong with me just a little too much. I'm telling you, just leave at those sites. Just leave when that starts to happen. It will increase, it'll get worse. You are supposed to have, look, if you already have a very peaceful life, you are good on your own, you're at ease. That person may not bring peace into your life because you already have it. But the wrong person will always take it away from you. So at the best, what I'm saying is, worst case scenario, someone that you're with ought to at least allow you to keep and maintain the peace that you have, bare minimum. And usually they should actually add to that. You should get a greater sense of joy, a greater sense of peace. It's nice to be, though it's only happened for me a very brief period of my life, for maybe a few years. It's nice to be with a person and have that feeling that they're really invested. They have my back. This is going smoothly. It's good. I don't have to wonder about where they are. What are they doing? Why are they doing this? Are they going to text me? Are they going to call me? Are things okay? You don't have to worry about any of that. And you just enjoy one another. Like I said, I vaguely remember the feeling. I've seen it a little bit, but I do know what it's like. Most of the time, it's been just the opposite. They take your peace. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to expect. They'll do every little thing they can to just turn your day upside down. Leave you wondering, why did they walk back? Why did he say this? Why did they bring up a guy they dated 15 years ago? Why did they bump into that stranger at the store and spend a little too much time talking to him or her? It's never ending. Somebody sent from the devil will take your peace. Somebody sent from God will either help you retain your peace or even give you additional. That simple. Do they take your peace or do they let you have it? Do they take your peace or do they add to it? It's no more complicated than that. So, do you want to know the biggest telltale sign that you're dealing with a narcissist, or that you're in a bad relationship, or this person's not right for you in any capacity? They take your peace. Never forget that. I know I won't. I will cut somebody off at the speed of light if I start to feel my peace disturbed, because I've been through it too many times and I know exactly what it feels like. And the minute that happens, that person is seeing the taillights. So, guys, hope this helps. Drop comments below. Thanks to the subscribers and everybody who watches this channel regularly. If you do watch regularly and you haven't subscribed, please consider. I already don't get the reach that I think I should as it is. So, and I'm not. I have reasons to say that. It's not just me being upset or something. I'll reach as many people as I can. It's not up to me. I don't care. But I would like to reach as many people as possible. So anyway, drop comments below. Come at you with another one soon. Until then, God bless.